Today's tour will start with this crabapple tree that I chopped this spring and grafted on some apple scions. That's a gala, and this is a Canadian strawberry apple. I only had 2 out of 6 of these grafts take, but they took. Then over here is an unbelievable mulberry tree. This is I think about a 7-year-old Illinois everbearing mulberry that I prune the top off of it so all these branches come to the side. You can see there's so many mulberries. Got some geraniums, Japanese wineberry that's trellised on an old boxwood that's dead. Elderberry. Another elderberry. Up here we have figs. These died back over the winter. Cool plant in here is a feijoa, or a pineapple guava. This lived. I didn't do any winter protection. This is a south-facing wall. Here's another pineapple guava. Be so awesome if we got some fruit. There's more figs in here. There's probably 5 different figs in here. My last video was only about a month ago, and it's an unbelievable growth, which you'll see compared to that video for all these different things. Here's another elderberry. There's a little movable chicken run that I have. Give the chickens some fresh grass every day. From left to right, there's comfrey, tree kale. Of course, it might be sea kale, I'm not sure. I think it's tree kale. Horseradish, sweet potato vines. It's a male sea berry that's not doing very well. Female sea berry. Some lavender. More comfrey, and a male Szechuan pepper. Peach on the left, a nectar plum here on the right, autumn olive here to the right, and then a little persimmon. On the ground there we have rhubarb. These are both almond trees on the 2 berms here. Little goji berry down here, and then across there at those poles is also goji berries growing up then. To my left here on the bottom is a Oregon grape, and then on the right a Szechuan pepper, female. Flying dragon citrus here, and then there's some strawberries on the berm here. And then as we keep going, the high bush cranberry, I think is a Matsuhika sweet potato or something. That's some of those vines. Comeis pear, speckled egg nectarine here, a josta berry, and then for those of you that have never had anise hyssop, this herb is awesome. Tastes awesome, it smells awesome, and it has awesome blue flowers. Another pear tree, a volunteer tomato coming up here. 2 dragonflies. Yarrow. Apricot tree. Goji berries. The flowers. Here's a goji. And we have some raspberries growing in here. These are just randomly, well, not randomly, raspberries that grew up in places I didn't want them elsewhere. I've been moving to different places like that. These are sage and comfrey. Some lavender right here under this Asian pear. This is blue false indigo and cumin. More yarrow and comfrey. This is a Howard Miracle plum, and then behind that's an autumn olive. Main food forest. It's a peach. 3-year-old grapevine. And so many grapes in there. There's gooseberries. Sorry for the wind. Just pause here. You have cucumbers. There's dill in there. Tomatoes in front of you. Red beets. Lettuces. So many different things. This is our Bartlett pear. It's holding 2 little pears. One in that little thing, and then one up there. It's a 4-year-old tree. We would have thought we would get fruit this year, but just those 2. This is awesome though. Hardy kiwis. This is its 4th year, I think, in the ground here. We got a bunch of them. They're all over. Up there. Down the way there. I have them running down these wires and then over top this trellis. Here's a cool thing. This is a wild native blackberry. Here's the one from last year that has got all blown over, so I staked it different this year. And this one's already, that's probably 10 feet tall. Going up this pole. It's crazy. Nasturtium, spiderwort, geranium, beets, parsley. Behind that is garlic mustard. Underneath this tomato, more parsley, tomato, all these strawberries. This is oregano. There's a hornet. Still strawberries in here. So good. Here's our cold frame. All of our stone fruits took a really late frost, but this is a Flavor King Pluot. It's the only stone fruit we're getting this year. This is a 4-year-old tree. Same age as the Santa Rosa plum behind it, and then that apricot, red gold. Those two are significantly larger and more healthy. This is on the left there, a Shapova pear. It's a beautiful tree. White flowers in the background are yarrow. This tall plant right in front of me here is lovage, and this is probably 7 feet tall. It's got these fantastic flowers. Underneath the lovage is mint, asparagus, tomato. There's some beets and Swiss chard growing. Some weeds here in the cold bed, but we have onion flowers, borage flowers, which are edible. A poppy. Down here, pepper plant. Volunteer brassicas, I'm not sure what they are, maybe broccoli or who knows, we'll see. Red currants. Red currants. And some black currants. Lots of black currants actually. From underneath this blackberry vine that we have trellised up. Then you see a pawpaw tree here with some mint. Peas growing up behind that. Honeyberry bush. Blueberries. This is dill, cumin, yarrow. There's more blueberries right up there. And this is obviously all strawberries. Over here there behind that white currant is a maypop passion flower that's sprouting up all over, that came back from last year. Coolest thing this year so far probably is that this pawpaw tree is holding 3 pawpaws, and it's only been in here. This is the 3rd year it's been in the ground here, and it was probably 2 or 3 years old before that when I got it. The rhubarb on the ground here. This is one of our raspberry patches, kicking out raspberries. Gumi berry bush here. Then we have watermelons inside these logs and zucchinis. Creeping thyme here next to some rosemary. And this is a lettuce experiment where I just spread all kinds of lettuce last year. Right in front of me where I'm sitting is cilantro going to seed, lemon balm that's coming up volunteering, lettuce, little pepper plant, blue columbine which is edible, peas, the backside of these raspberries. This is a josta berry, huge behind here. It's got a few josta berries on it. Another strawberry patch. And then these are 2 hazelnuts. I'll give you a view of these Bristol blackcap raspberries. I'll show you them from the other side as well. Let's go back over here. Fiddlehead ferns. There's a swale down here with a berm, and on the back side of the berm we have beets. I just planted this tiny little pepper seedling right there. Another little pepper seedling. So you can see just using the back side of this berm. Cilantro flowers. Tiger lilies, yarrow. Mint. In the back corner we have some zucchini. I saw this trick on YouTube. Some lady was using bandage. It seems like a great idea to stop the squash vine borers from getting to her stuff. So I did that. We'll see how that goes. So far so good, but I don't think the bugs are out yet. More watermelons, more lettuce, cilantro. Cilantro is going to seed. This is how all this got here. I just spread these seeds once they turn brown. There's so much cilantro. This is an autumn brilliant serviceberry. Some echinacea. This is a Lappin's cherry and a Rainier cherry. Tiger lilies. It's a Nanking cherry right behind this yarrow. More strawberries. This is a Honeycrisp apple. Here's another view of the black caps up top, and then there's 3 or 4 different varieties as well right in here. Different raspberries. This is a second hardy kiwi vine, a female. In here is a male hardy kiwi vine growing up top. Made some good progress. This will be this year's fall raspberries. These fall raspberries, if you don't trim the stalks, gave us all these summer raspberries here, which we're eating now. They're so good. In the corner here, this is our first year with boysenberries. They're fruiting. That's exciting. Here's some ripe ones. Yes. Yeah. Interesting. It's a great flavor. This is a gummy berry bush. And anyone that said gummy berries are no good is crazy. Because they're great. They're a little bit astringent, but that's okay. They have a cool flavor that I've never had before. These are jujubes. This one's probably 8 feet tall in front of me, and this one's probably 12 feet tall, 10 feet tall. Underneath this, honeyberry, more cilantro and yarrow. Another honeyberry, another service berry with thyme growing underneath it, cucumber behind it, tomatoes, another cucumber and tomatoes, another honeyberry. This is called a butterfly flower. It's not a butterfly bush, it's a butterfly flower. They're awesome. Got these somewhere else, I'll show you too. Here's those black cap raspberries, those Bristol raspberries. Two more unhealthy blueberry bushes. I haven't figured out how to grow them yet. This is a walnut tree I'm growing into a trellis. I'm gonna bend that top branch in the other direction and use it as a grape trellis in a few years. Dragonfly. Here's another one of those butterfly flowers. What a pollinator you can see flying around there. What's a beneficial insect that's not a bee. Well, here's some more dill and verbena. Pepper plant in between. So much growing here. Cucumbers, tomatoes, Swiss chard. What else? Another tomato. Oh boy, gotta stake this puppy. Parsley, chamomile, Roman chamomile, Swiss chard, winter savory, marjoram, and then the honeysuckle again. Hope you enjoyed.